So the question is, from mid-1990s to now, 2026, did the training standards, the training of Class A CDL drivers, did it progress upwards, higher standards, better quality training, or did it go up and then just dive back down? Let's look at it. So the FMCSA, they were created on January 1st, 2000 under the Motor Carrier Safety Improvement Act of 1999. But before the FMCSA, Class A testing standards were created by the Federal Highway Administration, who worked closely with the American Association of Motor Vehicle Administrations, the AAMVA, and we'll talk about them later on in this video, to create a standardized CDL system to replace the patchwork of the basic state chauffeur's license. That law was the Commercial Motor Vehicle Safety Act of 1986. The AAMVA and the federal government, they designed the actual testing models. Now, forward to 2015, the FMCSA, which was created on January 1st, 2000, in 2015, the FMCSA Entry-Level Driving Training Advisory Committee started working and holding negotiation sessions to develop the entry-level driving training. In 2016, the final rule was heavily based on the committee, the Entry-Level Training Advisory Committee, the final rule was heavily based on their recommendations, and it was published. The committee wanted minimum number of hours behind the wheel training. But here's where we start going downhill a little bit. But out of the 26 that were on the committee, 2 didn't want minimum number of hour training. The committee wanted at least 30 hours behind the wheel training, or 10 hours on the range, and 10 hours or 10 miles on a public road for training. Who did FMCSA listen to? They listened to the 2 committee members plus lobbyists who were against it. These groups said it would impose an excessive economic and administration burden on training providers. The watering down of the training of Class A CDL drivers has begun in 2022. And we can say before 2022. In 2022, they start the process of putting the entry-level driving training into action. But before the ink was even dry, even during when this committee was in doing their things, and this committee was pretty good. They had good intentions. But in comes, during about the same period, in 2016, the AAMVA, in partnership with the FMCSA, launched a new CDL testing system called the Modernization Initiative, pushed by 2 committees, the AAMVA Test Maintenance Subcommittee and the International Driver Examination Certification Board. The reasons for this new testing program, just when the entry-level driving training program was coming out, was they claimed the rapid involvement of truck technology, which I don't believe, and they created a pre-trip inspection, knocked it down from 100 items to 50 items. And several critical safety items were left off the list. The size of the testing area was reduced to a smaller footprint. Note, the opening of the alley, which they called the final test was a reverse offset, that opening was one size for all. So if you have a 53-foot trailer and a sleeper, it was a pretty true back and in. But many schools went to small 28-foot trailers since the opening always stayed the same. But the real reason for this modernization testing, which you don't hear about from hardly anyone, all they talk about is entry-level driving training issues. They claim that, or the DMVs and the AAMVA claim, high DMV wait times and the driver shortage. Department of Motor Vehicles or the AAMVA would point to the staggering operational backlogs. One reason was the test just took too long, resulting in long waiting periods for students to be scheduled for a state test. Who did this really benefit? Are you seeing who it really benefited? Did it benefit the students? Or did it benefit the Department of Motor Vehicles, AAMVA, and FMCSA just walked and followed along because the government was telling them there's a severe driver shortage. Now, with this new modernization testing programs, the Department of Motor Vehicles can test more students per day. Some in the AAMVA and others would say to combat the national driver shortage. That keeps on coming up if you check it out. And that was referenced from the Massachusetts government article that they put out. That's where I got that. And I think it's pretty accurate if you looked at all my other videos. Many who were for the change pointed to the excessive large range footprints. So these footprints were very large because you had to do alley dock and you had to have 3 lanes for offsets, parallel park, alley dock, and etc. These the amount of physical payment required by the state's DMV, Department of Motor Vehicles, is set up the 1992 year of range exercises that was used prior to 2016. Now they have the smart footprint. More Department of Motor Vehicles could start testing students for a Class A CDL test. Wow. Was it about safety or was it all about the driver shortage and getting more students through the system and to reduce the backlog? Okay. So like I said, was it about safety or just about saving money or to push through as many students as possible due to their claims of a driver shortage? Has the FMCSA have you heard them talk about what I just went over? Is the FMCSA, through their 26-year history, 100% all about safety? Are they? Or just who are they listening to? Are they listening to CDL instructors? In the last 2 years, has the FMCSA acknowledged how they enabled the poor quality of CDL training? It's all about CDL school meals. Put the blame on them. Don't put the blame on us. The many loopholes that they created, the non-enforcement of their regulations, lack of oversight, self-certification. Besides a lot of talk, what has the FMCSA done as of August 2026, to correct these issues? Heard a lot of talk from FMCSA Chief Derek Bars, a lot of talk. And he says before his 3 years are up, he has about 3 years left, and he's going to get rid of self-certifications. But it's more than that. Just like I went over, the testing of CDL students has went downhill. The standards went down. And for rulemaking, they can start correcting some of these issues. So they've been in office almost 2 years. What have they done? Name one rulemaking process for CDL school training that the FMCSA has done. Maybe in the weeks ahead or the months ahead, they may put some out. But it takes a long time to get things done in government and in the FMCSA. See you on the next run.